And hello, you classic sound freaks that are not too stuck up to accept modelers to do the job. TC Electronics have come up with the Ampworks pedals, and they are very affordable. 1 amp in a box, no frills, modulus. Now, these have been around for a while, these types of pedals. It really started, I think, with the Iridium from Strymon, which was a very simple pedal platform, 3 amp modular for your pedal board. Walrus Audio followed suit with the ACS1. Universal Audio said, oh, we can do that better. And then they did with the Universal Audio pedals, the 3 that they came out with last year. Very impressive. And now TC, owned by Music Tribe / Behringer, said, we got our own factory, we got really smart people, we can do this, and we can beat them all on price and still deliver something rather impressive. And they did. And one of them looks like this, and this is obviously Jims 45. Don't have to say any more than that because I don't want to, because I think they stayed far enough away from naming things to appease my sense of ethics. I'm cool with that. We all know what it is. We're not going to say it. Then I love that the knobs are, getting you there, but anyone can use those knobs. I'm okay with that. So this is a classic, from the island over there. And just like the DC30, it has the 2 mixi channel knobs, the normal and the high, or normal and bright, or brilliant, or however you want to call it. And you have to mix it in. The normal is like the woolly, low, round, warm channel, and the high is the bitey one. And you kind of have to mix your sound. It's not always that easy, but that's how it was, and that's how it still is, even though it's digital. Basement of treble, we get that, and there's a level. Now, there's 2 channels, the green channel and the red channel. I think they're kind of very, very similar. They say they're different, but see them as just 2 settings of the same thing. There's a boost. On the DC30, you can set the boost level in the back. Here, you cannot. It is fixed. On the back, in the back here, you can set with the little thing, the presence, the global brightness. There's a pre and post boost. We don't really have to do anything there. Pre really it boosts it as a drive. Post makes it louder, but doesn't really influence the sound. 9 volt, a mini USB, which have been out of the market for years now. The law in Europe actually says everything should be USB-C. They didn't get the message. Okay, so this should be USB-C. Are you getting this, TC? That's what I'm saying. IR compensated output. This sounds good. There's 1 speaker in there. I think it's a creamback. You can't change it, not even with USB. USB is for firmware updates. Will they come? Will they not come? Who cares? It sounds good. You don't need them. This cannot be fixed, but it doesn't have to be fixed because that's what this amp should sound like. This is without the speaker. You can go into a power amp directly and use your own speaker and actually use it on stage with a power amp and a guitar speaker, as we will show in this video as well. And that's the input. You can switch channels here and boost here. You can also push them at the same time. They will flicker green, and now it's in bypass mode. This will now just bypass the pedal, and it will go into the green if I flipped it into bypass mode on the green channel, or red if I flipped it on the red channel. Push them again, you're in the 2 channel mode again. It has phones. Guess what? That's a smart idea. Use a power brick and a 9 to 5 adapter and play this anywhere in the park, in the office, whatever, and use phones. Hey, Universal Audio, are you watching this? A phone's output on a pedal is a good idea. Yeah, idiots. Hey, I love my UA people, but come on, no phones on a pedal like this makes no freaking sense. That being said, we're gonna make sounds. Have I mentioned it's $159 and therefore less than half the price of any of the competition? Now I have. Oh, talking about money. They're giving me money for this. But whether you now believe what I say or not, some people say, oh, now I'm going to turn it off. Yeah. Look, I wouldn't be here for 10 years now, over 10 years, doing this job if I sold you crap. Okay? I have enough companies I'm fighting with. I have enough companies that say, I don't want to work with you because you're too honest. I have enough shit on a daily basis because I am who I am and I say who I want to say. So don't get on my case about it. If you don't believe what I say, go away. I'm here to represent you, the consumer, not the brands. This guitar is called a Nothing Comes Out. Why? Since these are old amps that kind of get a little bit blown up and drives weren't really meant to happen, these are finicky to get to really clean with some heft. But I think we're here. Now on the table I have the chat breaker from Rev as a drive and a delay after it to show you that it works with time-based effects right after the IR. Boss DM101. See, we're a little bit brighter, not so much low end. That's how these two work. Way more effective EQ than on the original amp. How do I know that? I have the little version of it. Oh, what is this? So look at this, it's a goldy thing. Gold. This is the brand spanking new Heritage Custom Core Gold Top. I'm not a fan of gold tops, but damn is this a phenomenal guitar as an instrument. Color-wise, but hey, damn is it nice. Boosted right there. Gets more mid-focus and of course more drive. It gets very blown up and the power amp gets woolly. Let's push it here. Yeah, I like that mush pit. I like that mush pit. The mid push from the boost that gives you another nice tonal option. Go to the second channel. Again, just like the others, very blown up, very too much for the amp, but that's what you want from a classic amp, okay? That's what you want. So dial it back. And boost it. Thanks, Jeff from Sweetwater, for the new D'Addario tuner that I got, that I don't know how to use. Jeff's a nice guy. Crazy hair. Works for D'Addario. Lives at Sweetwater. He's got a little corner there with a sleeping bag. And tells people about D'Addario. I mean, good job. So we're going to go back to the green channel. Get it edge of breakup-y. And put the chat breaker in front of it. I can probably build a nice little melody with that. Let me see. And if we now have like a pedal tone lick. That could be cool, and we just repeat that with a different lower note. That's kind of cool. Now put some chords under I think we got something here. Leslie, what do you think?
I think someone already came up with that.
What do you mean somebody already came up with that? I just had the idea. We could call it, yeah, because we're into dogs, we could call it my little doggy friend. Something like this. No?
Shut up.
She claims she loves me. So, works with a chat breaker. And now we're going to go into the power amp of an actual amp. Careful with the output level, because you need a lot less for that. Now we're in the power amp of the Red 7 Duality 100, beautiful 100 watt power amp, and we're literally just pumping the power amp and preamp simulation of the Jims 45 into that. So technically we're going power amp into power amp, but that's fine. And that's actually just wow. Going through the Universal Audio aux 412 Creamback loaded cab, pretty much a similar cab to what's already loaded into the Jims 45. Now, if you needed to go on stage, have a speaker there with a power amp like the Power Stage 170 right there from Seymour Duncan, and use it for monitoring, that would absolutely work. And then, of course, use the built-in IR out to go front of house. Well, I mean, 159. As we say in the business, come the fuck on. Now make it big, Leslie. As I said, 159. Are there other options? When it comes to this amp, I don't think there are. I don't really know of a pedal that does that. Not the Iridium, not the ACS1. Maybe the ACS. No, the ACS1 has a blues breakery thing, not the 45. So definitely TC's got something more unique here than the previously shown Deluxe and AC, or DC in their case. So if you're looking for this kind of flavor, they pretty much have the market cornered. And they don't take a premium for it. 159. Hey, for the sounds you get in here, fair. Would I go for this before I go for an actual, what this is, and a cab and a mic in a studio? No, I wouldn't. That's not the idea. This is the play with phones, practice. This is the record directly into your DAW and don't fiddle around with stupid software. I'm not a huge fan of software. Software can sound phenomenal, it's all good, but you're really dealing with more latency and rewiring internally issues and who wants to play through a computer live that just is asking for a lot of trouble. So I do like a piece of hardware on the table. And when it's from the folks from TC who have been doing this for many, many, many years, and when it's 159 and when you can actually record songs with it and they sound good, what's not to like? Careful with the higher gain settings. It is a vintage amp, which means you will get woolly, blown up, saggy, all those words that mean sound things. So links below, please use them. That absolutely helps the channel. It really does. It buys dog food and all these things. Follow me on the Instagriddles and the Facebookies. This doesn't cost you anything, but it makes me a little bit more powerful with the brands, which means I can be a dick to them and nice to you by saying whatever I want in these videos and still get paid for them, because this is how it works. Yes, trust me, honesty is possible while still taking money from the people that you complain to and say you should have done this with your product. The more power you give me and my friends on YouTube by clicking on subscribe, the less the companies can avoid working with us. The less they can avoid working with us, the more demands we can have. My main demand is I will say what I want. You do not control my content. That's how that works. You are in control of giving us the power. So give us the power, something Grayskull, He-Man, I don't know, comic words. And now animals at the end.